How to win an argument without fighting. The art of persuasion with grace and wisdom. The best way to win an argument is to avoid it. Dale Carnegie. Arguments are inevitable in human interactions, but conflict doesn't have to be. The most persuasive individuals don't rely on aggression, volume, or dominance. They win through patience, empathy, and strategic communication. If you want to influence others without hostility, you must master the art of disarming resistance, appealing to reason, and connecting emotionally. This guide explores timeless principles of persuasion, conflict resolution, and rhetoric, backed by wisdom from philosophers, psychologists, and master negotiators. By the end, you'll have a toolkit for turning heated debates into constructive discussions and winning people over without raising your voice. The foundation: why fighting backfires. Before diving into techniques, understand why aggression fails. Ego defense. When people feel attacked, they dig in, refuse and concede even if they're wrong. Emotional contagion. Anger breeds anger. A raised voice invites a louder one. Short-term wins, long-term losses. You might win the argument but damage the relationship. When debate is lost, slander becomes a tool of the loser. Socrates. Instead of fighting, aim for collaborative persuasion, guiding someone to your perspective without force. The art of listening. The silent persuader. Most people listen to reply, not to understand. Reverse this. Active listening techniques. Paraphrase, so what I'm hearing is, shows you're engaged. Validate feelings. I can see why you feel that way. Disarms defensiveness. Ask open questions. What led you to that conclusion? Encourages self-reflection. The most basic of all human needs is the need to understand and be understood. Ralph G. Nichols. When people feel heard, they become more open to your views. The power of agreement. The yes strategy. Find common ground before introducing disagreement. Agree on principles first. We both want what's fair, right? Acknowledge valid points. You're absolutely right about X, and I'd add. Use an instead of but. I see your point, and here's another angle. A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. Benjamin Franklin. People resist contradiction, but welcome additions. Logic with a human touch. The Aristotle Method. Aristotle's 3 pillars of persuasion. Ethos, credibility, establish trust. Speak with confidence, not arrogance. Logos, logic, present facts, but frame them compellingly. Pathos, emotion connected values, fears, or desires. Example, I respect your concern about cost pathos, and studies show this investment pays off in 6 months. Logos. As someone who's implemented this before, I've seen it work. Ethos. People forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Maya Angelou. The Socratic Method. Questions over statements. Instead of declaring, you're wrong, ask, how do you reconcile that with? What would happen if we tried? Would you agree that? This guides them to reconsider without feeling cornered. I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. Socrates. The Benjamin Franklin effect. Ask for a favor. Paradoxically, people like you more after doing you a favor. I really value your insight. Could you help me understand this better? You seem knowledgeable. What am I missing? This flatters them and lowers resistance. He that has once done you a kindness will be more ready to do another than he whom you yourself have obliged. Benjamin Franklin. The power of silence. After making a strong point, pause. Let it sink in. Most people rush to fill silence, often conceding or elaborating in ways that help you. Silence is a great art of conversation. Marcus Tullius Cicero. Reframing the argument. The language of possibility. Shift from you're wrong to here's another way to look at it. Negative. That won't work. Positive. What if we tried this instead? The difference between the right word and the almost right word is the difference between lightning and a lightning bug. Mark Twain. Know when to exit gracefully. Not every argument needs a winner. If emotions run high, let's revisit this when we've both had time to think. I appreciate this discussion. We clearly both care a lot. It is better to debate a question without settling it than to settle a question without debating it. Joseph Joubert. The ultimate goal. Influence, not victory. The most persuasive people don't seek to crush opponents. They seek mutual understanding. The aim of argument or discussion should not be victory, but progress. Joseph Joubert. Winning an argument without fighting isn't about manipulation. It's about empathy, patience, and strategic communication. By listening deeply, finding common ground, and guiding rather than forcing, you'll not only persuade more effectively, but also build stronger relationships. Speak softly and carry a big stick. You will go far. Theodore Roosevelt. Learn these core principles, and obviously, you will rise up the winner. Seek understanding first. Tell me more about why you think that. Agree before disagreeing. I see your point, and here's another angle. Replace but with and. Keeps dialogue open. Ask questions, don't lecture. Let them convince themselves. Control emotions. Stay calm, and they'll mirror you. Before engaging in high-stakes arguments, wait a day. Most conflicts fade, and you'll craft a better response. Speak when you're angry, and you'll make the best speech you'll ever regret. Lawrence J. Peter. Want more? For manipulative people. Learn Gray Rock Method. Bore them into leaving. For negotiations, study BATNA. Best alternative to a negotiated agreement. For public speaking, practice power pauses. Silence equals authority. In the end, the most powerful way to win is to make the other person feel like they've won too.